Welcome back to the interview area. We are joined by Lexi Thompson, who is making her 18th appearance at the U.S. Women's Open. Lexi, obviously you shared some news earlier today. How does it feel?
Well, it feels amazing just to be here this week. Reflecting back, this being my 18th U.S. Women's Open at the age of 29, it's amazing because this tournament is where my whole career got started. I always say in 2007 at Pine Needles, when I teed it up, I'm like, that's where I realized that's where I want to play against the best. And it's been an amazing journey. I've loved every bit of it. So to be able to tee it up in my 18th is unbelievable.
And to be back here at Lancaster, just talk about playing a U.S. Open at a golf course you've played before, and then a little bit about your practice round today.
Yeah, from 2015, I can't say I remember too much. I remember a few of the holes, but the course is in unbelievable shape. Super hilly, not the easiest of walks, but it's a challenge, as every major championship should be. And the practice rounds have been great. Dodged a little rain yesterday, which is nice. And like I said, it's a great layout and in great shape for us. So
we're going to open it up to questions. Sarah?
Lexi, I know it's been a really impressive, storied career over the last 13 years, but since 2007, what's continued to motivate you as you've progressed, and maybe what are you most looking forward to in this next chapter?
I would say what's motivated me the most, few things. With golf being such an incredible, challenging sport that you can never perfect. Growing up with two older brothers, playing against them, I've always wanted to beat them, and that was always a driving force to just go out there and be better every single day and improve on the challenges that I was faced with. And out here, that has pushed me and dedicated me has been the fans. Seeing little girls and little boys out there cheering me on. And even like today, there were so many people out there. And, that warms my heart. And, it makes the game. Makes me want to be out there and to play. And they've really pushed me, and I love every single fan.
I know you just announced, but have you had a chance to reflect yet? Are you reflecting as you walk around here and thinking about those 17 other U.S. Women's Opens?
I don't know if I'm thinking about all 17, but yes, reflecting. I've been out here. This is my 14th full-time year, but golf has been my life ever since I was 5 years old. Tournaments when I was 7, so I haven't really known much of a life different, but it's been an amazing one. This sport has taught me a lot, and I've learned so much along the way. I've built so many friendships and relationships, so I'm looking forward to what life has in store.
Right in the middle, Beth Ann.
Lexi, how did you know that now that now is the time, and what are the factors that went into making your decision?
Yeah, like I said, it's my 14th year, and I'm not going to sit here and say it hasn't crossed my mind in past years and the past few years, but I feel like I'm at a point in my life where it is time to just step away from a full-time schedule. There's more things to life than going to a tournament every week and doing the same training every day. There's just more to it, and I'm looking forward to experiencing that, and I feel like I'm very content with where my life is and where this decision will lead me to. I'm just looking forward to what life has in store other than golf.
And I know you've been dealing with a hand injury. How much has that played a part in this?
I wouldn't say. Of course, I haven't been playing the golf that I expect myself to, but my hand's been unbelievably better. So I've actually been able to go out there and swing without pain. So which is always nice. So that's been a great feeling to have. But I wouldn't say that has any factor. Of course, the results haven't been what I've wanted, but it's just where I'm at in my life.
Back left, James.
Lexi, you mentioned of retirement from a full-time playing schedule. Are you still planning on playing any competitive golf?
Yeah, I'm taking it day by day right now. I'm not going to say yes or no on how many events I'll play, or if I do. I'm just going to take it day by day and see how I feel, especially going into next year. But I'm very content with this being my last full-time schedule year.
And earlier in your post, you mentioned some of the struggles that you've dealt with throughout your career. I'm wondering, what are you proud of yourself for overcoming?
Yeah, it's a great question. I think, honestly, just staying true to myself. Being out here can be a lot. It can be lonely. Sorry if I get emotional. I said I wasn't going to. I just think, especially with what's happened in golf as of recent too, a lot of people they don't realize a lot of what we go through as a professional athlete. I mean, and I'll be the last one to say, like, throw me a pity party. That's the last thing I want. But, we're doing what we love. We're trying the best every single day. And, we're not perfect. We're humans. Words hurt. And it's hard to overcome sometimes, but having the people around you that love you and support you, and I feel like that's been the biggest thing for me. I might not have a huge friend group, but to have the people that matter the most around me have gotten me through some really hard times. And I think it's a lot for everybody out here or in any professional sport. A lot of people don't know what we go through and the amount of training and hard work that we put ourselves through. It's a lot, and I don't think we deserve. I think we deserve a lot more credit than what we get.
We're gonna go to Keely in the front.
Hi, Lexi. You talk about looking forward to seeing what life outside of golf is. Have you thought about, what that's going to look like for you, or haven't really thought about it yet?
No, I mean, of course I've thought about it. I'm super into fitness, so hopefully I have my Lexi Fitness app up and going very soon. And just enjoying life. Family's huge for me, so I hope to have a family one day and just really enjoy every experience of that and be there for every single moment. That's the most important for me, but I've only known golf as my life, so it's nice to branch out and be able to enjoy other things.
And one more, if that's all right. Looking back at your first U.S. Open, could you have ever imagined that your career would have looked the way that it has?
Gosh, my first U.S. Open, no. I was trying to get over the shaking teeing off on the first hole there from being so nervous, but it's been a blessing. Everything has exceeded my expectations of my career and the relationships I've built, and I'm so blessed and grateful for every single person and experience that I've had along this career.
We're gonna go back left right here.
Oh, thank you. My muscles sweating. I'm so hot. Thank you.
Lexi, you're representing a Savoy Truffle in your bag this weekend, a local business here in Lancaster. I just wondered, how'd you get partnered up with them, and what does it mean to be able to promote and represent a local business from the Lancaster community?
Yeah, it's a huge honor for me. I've been with the Amex Small Business community group in the last few years, and to be able to support the Savoy Truffle Market, huge honor for me. I think it's so important, especially what Amex does, to support these small businesses and help them grow and help them get their name out there to help grow as a business. I think that's so important, and it's great what they're doing for these small companies. So I'm happy to be a part of it in any way I can and get their name out there and hopefully try some of their products.
We're gonna go to Gabby on the right.
Hi, Lexi. You mentioned thinking about maybe stepping away at other points in your career the last couple of years. When else have you contemplated that?
To be honest, probably over the last few years, just because it has been a long journey. I don't think a lot of people realize that I've been out here since I was 15 years old, and I've known only professional golf life and junior golf, amateur golf, being on the road. But I've thought about it the last few years, but it never was the right time for me. And now where I'm at today, and still the goals I want to accomplish the rest of this year, I'm super fired up about that, and I just want to enjoy every walk that I have out there.
What are some of those goals that you're hoping to accomplish?
Well, number one is to definitely be on the Solheim Cup team. Huge honor just to be able to represent my country and play alongside the team there and my captain. So definitely that. And, every tournament I tee it up, I want to win still. Doesn't matter what position I'm at. I want to win and just enjoy the ride and keep on seeing the improvements. I've been working very hard on my game, so to see the continued, hopefully, improvements, that's big for me.
Shane on the left.
Yeah, Lexi, mental health has obviously been a big focus in sports and in golf in particular recently, and I kind of felt, hopefully I'm not reading too deeply, but maybe you were alluding to it a second ago, and I'm wondering what role your own mental health and preserving it and making sure it's as good as possible played in this retirement announcement, or I should say the stepping back announcement.
Sorry, what's the part of the question? Sorry.
Did mental health play a role? Is the much
Oh.
quicker version of that?
Well, I mean, I feel like mental health is such an important thing just for the everyday person, not just athletes. Everybody out here has their own struggles. That's why I always say, just don't judge anybody because you don't know what they're going through and you know what they have going on in their mind and their heart, and just be gentle with them. But yeah, I think we all have our own struggles, especially out here. I mean, unfortunately, in golf, you lose more than you win, so it's an ongoing battle to continue to put yourself out there in front of the cameras and continuing to work hard and maybe not seeing the results you want and getting criticized for it. So it's hard. I will say, like, yes, I mean, I've struggled with it. I mean, I don't think there's somebody out here that hasn't. It's just a matter of how well you hide it, which is very sad. And it's an important thing to address and, you know, be okay with getting help and getting the support and surrounding yourself with the people that support you and love you, because there's always people that do care so much about you and will help you get through those tough moments.
Then a quick follow-up. When exactly did you know for sure that you were going to make this announcement today?
For sure, I've been thinking about it for a few months now. It's just a matter of, you know, time and place. And like I said before, this is where my whole career got started. This is where the whole dream has started of playing on the LPGA Tour and being out here and playing professional golf and playing against the best. So I only thought it was right to make it here.
Gene and then Doug.
Lexi, wanted to ask you about one of your Solheim teammates. With how hard it is to win on tour, what do you make of what Nellie's been able to do and just how amazing that run is?
It's incredible. I think we all know what Nellie is capable of before even the stretch of events that she's played in. She's super talented, and I think it just goes to show in all the tournaments that she's won this year and how well she's played ever since turning professional. So it's amazing. It's great for women's golf, especially having an American golfer. But, I mean, to see anybody have that stretch of golf is truly remarkable.
Doug.
And two things, Lexi. How much did, over the course of your career, how much did results linger, good and bad, winning and not winning? Did you find yourself dwelling on them more than looking forward?
I wouldn't say that I caught myself dwelling. You know, being out here, you play back-to-back weeks of tournaments, so as soon as you finish one week, you have to get on the plane to the next one. So you have to let it go as quickly as possible. Yes, some are easier than others to get over and move on, but there's always another opportunity the next day to get better, to strive for an improvement, and that was always my mindset. Even though as frustrated as I was, maybe on a result, I was like, all right, well, I'm going to get better, and I'm going to do better in the next tournament and learn from it. So I wouldn't say I ever really dwelled. Of course, some hit harder, but, I mean, I think that's a normal human trait.
And then secondly, if you go back to your 15, your kind of full-time status out here, was there a player that you really admired? Not only results, but just the way they went through everything. Who stood out to you?
I would say the player that, I mean, she was playing when I was playing, but Nancy Lopez has always been an idol of mine. Obviously, what she's done on the golf course has been amazing and something to look up to, but still to this day, how she is with fans, sponsors, doing every outing possible at a tournament, she just doesn't stop, and it just shows her love for the game, her love for the people, and the way to give back to the game, and I think the world needs more people like that, and I always looked up to her in just being like her and following in her footsteps.
Why do you think so many little girls looked up to you the way they did?
Looked up to me? Well, I'd like to think just because of the way I give back to the game of golf, the fans, the sponsors, and, you know, signing all the autographs, even if I have tears in my eyes after bad days, like, the fans are what make the game. They took time out of their life to come support us, even if we shoot 78. I mean, hearing a little girl after 78 saying, "You did great today." Like, I mean, that makes your heart melt every time. And it makes my day better, seeing those little kids out there. And I hope that I impacted them in some type of way, and I hope to continue to do so.
Last question here to Beth Ann.
Speaking of that, Lexi, one of the things I remember the most about 2017 is you signing all those autographs after such a tough loss at the ANA. And I wonder, that obviously resulted in a change in the rules of golf, but how much did that pivotal moment in your career impact you and stay with you? It's been a long time now, but what
Yeah.
did you learn from that?
Yeah, that was a huge moment in my career. Not a great one, but I look at it as I grew a fan base that I never thought I would have in that moment. It's an unfortunate circumstance, but to be there and to hear chants of my name on 17 coming down the stretch and just to be able to sign all the autographs and go through that moment, it was like the hardest moment of my career was like a blessing because it was just, I learned so much and I gained fans that I never thought I would have. Yeah, I'm not going to sit here and say that moment didn't hurt. It still does, but, that's part of a career.
When did you come to view it as a blessing?
It took me a little bit. I mean, it was painful for some time, but I took it as a learning experience. Of course, that is not how I intended that tournament to go. I went out there and, it's not how I planned out that last day, but to see those fans and to hear them, and that tournament was my favorite one on the schedule. So like I said, the fans make my day and make the game. So just to see them out there, hear them, and sign every autograph, there's nothing like it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't think we'll see 18 appearances in this championship before 30th birthday again. So thank you for
Yeah.
everything you've done, Lexi.
Thank you.